Good morning, everybody. Welcome to I Like Your Blooms. And this right here is our wonderful avocado tree. We were slicing an avocado probably 2 or 3 months ago. There was a little bit of a sprout of a potential root or a potential leaf that was coming out of this avocado at the time. So we decided we put it in some dirt and see what happens. We've tried to germinate them a few times. It didn't work too well. Put it in some soil and kept it moist for a while. We've tried germinating them in paper towels. It's never really worked. I didn't want to go that route, so I just threw it in some dirt and put it in the greenhouse. It got about this big and I freaked out because I didn't look at it for a while. There'd be times I'd forget about it. It would dry up. The soil would dry up. So I thought for sure it was a dead cause. One day, I'd randomly water it from time to time, but one day I looked at it and there was this little sprout, maybe an inch coming out of the dirt. I was like, oh my god, that's cool as crap. From there, I started watering it more and I transplanted it into a bigger pot. Now I took that avocado and I have a smaller greenhouse on the property where we ended up just pretty much watering and forgetting. It's like a water forget spot. You can, it's pretty shaded. It works well for propagating plants. Newly grown seeds. It doesn't get too hot, too much sun. It gets sun, but not a crazy amount to where it's gonna fry it and kill the plants. And it stays wet for a long time. Like the greenhouse, you gotta, during the peak of the summer, you gotta water. You're out there watering every day because everything's drying up pretty quick. So just left it there, and we've left it there for a long period of time now. And this thing is easily going on 1.5 feet tall. So this is from an avocado that we found at the grocery store. Now it is September, and this was started probably in June, maybe July. Probably more like June is when we found it and we started to try to grow it. It's September now, and I'm trying to prepare this for the winter. I'm going to be taking it inside because it is a tropical plant. It will not tolerate the winters of Michigan. At least I don't think so. So I'm not going to risk it. We've got it this big and I do not want to let it die. So what I'm doing right now is I'm creating a greenhouse out of the pot it's in. I just transplanted it from the pot it was in. It was in a 1 quart, maybe even a 2 quart. I took it up here. This is I believe a gallon or 2 gallon pot. So now it's got plenty of room to grow over the winter. When I just took it out, the roots were going crazy. So I know this will give it a lot more room to do its thing. So I'm making this greenhouse right now. I'm using saran wrap. I used a tomato cage and some duct tape to kind of hold the sides down. And it may not need this, but I think it'll keep that, nice and humid environment for it. And hopefully we can keep it going longer. I'll do some more updates on it, but I should have started from the scratch and did a video on finding the avocado like that and getting it to where we've gotten it today. That would have been a really cool video, but I'm starting here from scratch at this. So this is the first video you guys will see and the world will see this avocado we have started, and it's very fun. This has been a really fun thing because it's just something we got at the grocery store. It's not your typical vegetable that you could potentially get seeds from or fruit and dry them out and grow your own stuff out of it. This is an avocado, so it's just a bit different, and it's a luxurious fruit, luxurious vegetable, whatever. I've put in 2 layers so far of the saran wrap. I'm thinking ultimately, so I taped it around right there, did the corners, trying to get a nice full even cylinder. I'll probably leave the top of it exposed. I might not have to put anything over top of it. I think that should just keep a nice humid environment, but maybe I'll end up having to put a top over it, who knows. So for this next part right here, so I overlapped the saran wrap right here because I want it nice and enclosed. And what I'm going to do, I used the duct tape, and now I'm going to use this tape because I don't want to run out the duct tape, and this tape's getting pretty low too, so I don't know. We're just going to try it. We're just going to shoot for it. Hopefully it works. So I'm going to take it over this piece. I've just been scared to take it out of the small greenhouse that it's been in, because I didn't want anything wrong to happen to it. And if I'm gonna take it inside, I still want it to have some sort of a greenhouse enclosure type of thing. It'll, during the winter in Michigan, we'll have the furnace on, so it'll get pretty dry in the house. I'll be bringing a lot of plants this year inside for the winter, but I really want to just make sure this guy, because it's fun. This is really cool. It's not your typical plant that you'd be growing. Let's get that part sealed. I'm gonna do one more little strip up there. And hopefully it doesn't die from me taking out of where it's been for a long period of time. I don't think it will, because I am giving it some sort of a similar new home. Maybe one day we'll be able to harvest some avocados out of it, next year, if it's still living, which I hope it will. I think it might. Hopefully bring it right back outside and let it continue to grow. I don't think it'll fruit next year, maybe, who knows. So I'm gonna take this saran wrap, and you could do this type of I believe that this system, what I'm doing right now, it's gonna be just like a greenhouse. So you could do this with any kind of plant, really. So I'll take out the tape, get a couple pieces started. And I got the saran wrap. And you're just gonna get the corner, overlap it over here. Got that good. Take this piece, overlap it over here, and we're going up. Just gonna put it back in the box. Use the perforated edge tear guy. Might have to add another piece to fully get the seal. So I'm gonna take this piece, I'm gonna make it as tight as possible, and tape it down there. Do the same thing on this side. And I was even doing one in the middle just to make sure. Get this saran wrap as tight as possible. Alright, there's that. Turn it over here. The saran wrap I have, it sticks to itself a little bit, but it doesn't do it as well as I'd like it to, so I'm just doing the tape just to make sure it's good. And like I said, you could do this with any vegetable, or you could do this with any flower, any type of tree. I assume this method is going to work. So, if you got to bring something inside, or if you just want to grow it inside in general, or you could probably even just leave this outside, but don't leave it too much in the sun. Maybe you can, I don't know. It's a new thing, so I'm going to check it out. Hope for the best. Alright, fully almost sealed up. Just got this little gap right here. Fill it in real quick. Can't pull it. So just do a little layer there. I expect it'll grow past this a lot. And see these leaves? It's not even, it's already losing its, I don't know. Taking it out of that greenhouse is already starting to mess with it. The leaves are already just starting to droop and wilt a little bit more than they should, and I'd like them to. So I'd like to do this quick. I don't know, I've had some problems with some of the plants I've been propagating, and the ones that have been just in a greenhouse for a long period of time and then taking them out of the greenhouse, acclimating them to the world besides the greenhouse. It's been a task. Some of them that I've acclimated to the new world has lived pretty good, and some of them have died, so I'm hoping this is not one of the ones that died. I might even just pop this back in one of the greenhouses. I don't know. We'll see. It's you know, cooler right now, so we're going into fall, and we've been having cooler mornings, probably cooler nights, but it still gets very hot around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So we're still hitting 80-degree days. But the nights have been getting colder than they were. So certain plants I'm not too worried about it. You know, the ones that are tolerable for Michigan cold weather, and then the ones that aren't, trying to prepare for the worst. So that's what we're doing today with this guy. And it'll just be really cool if this grows. And to do an updated video for you guys, that'd be awesome. It'll show you that this method worked, and that you can go hope to get one of them avocados with a potential root or leaf start going on at the grocery store. So there we have it. We're fully sealed all the way around. And probably put a little dish with a lid around it, put it on the ground. I'll set this inside of it, and then, you know, watering, you won't get any on the carpet or the floor, and it'll keep it from drying out. You put a little bit extra water in there. That's what I'll do with that. I'm hoping this right here, it's good to go. So we're sealed all the way up, except right here. You see this nice plant. You see it's a little wilty. He was, you know, standing up pretty good on its own. This guy's still standing up. He's still a nice perky leaf. But some of them have started to act a little bit weird. Maybe I'll tuck him behind this stake. I staked him up also. So this is our avocado tree, our avocado plant, and this has been a very fun thing. I'm gonna wrap this video up. I hope you found something useful today. Hi, kitty cat. Say hi to Brenda. There's a Brenda. That's a Brenda. And yeah, this is I Like Your Blooms. We're growing all year round, growing plants. Got the green thumb. Keep growing. Grow your guys' self an avocado tree if you can. Anything helps. Keep the oxygen going in the world. You know, keep the bees pollinating. Keep the bees alive. Keep the world alive. That's what we're doing here. We're saving the world slowly, little bits at a time. Have a great day. I like your blooms.